really excited to build off last season, to advance to the round of 32 and to take a huge step forward. We may have taken it the year before, but our season was cut short on March the 13th with COVID. But just really excited about the momentum we have headed into the year. I think several points I really want to make is we have 6 new faces. We have 4 transfers and 2 freshmen that I think are really, really going to impact us. And then we have a core group of returnees, again, that had a great experience last season. And I think they've come back and they're improved as well. Secondly, I think we have some of the best team chemistry with this group of kids. With this many new faces, it's a little unusual, but I think our staff really spent a lot of time this summer, from our new strength coach and Ashley Beaver, who has been a huge, huge difference maker for us, with her involvement in the summer, with our trainer, Dara McIntyre, and then with our staff on spending a lot of time away from the floor, away from the weight room, to really build chemistry. From our book club to a retreat that we took in the fall, working on culture of grit, love, and gratitude, to, a week and a half ago, spent some time over in Montgomery at the Legacy Museum. And if you haven't been, you have to go. It's absolutely incredible for that to be in our home state and so close by. We've spent a lot of time together, away from the court, like I said. I love the team chemistry that this group has. I love the selflessness. I love the leadership that Meg and Hannah are providing, along with Brittany Davis and Allie Craig Cruz assisting. I'm really excited about our post presence. We feel like we have a completely different dynamic inside. Ruth Kong is back from her ACL that happened a year ago on September 22nd. That was a big blow. So to have her presence back, and then to add Jada Rice, an NC State transfer, who brings 3 straight NCAA tournaments, highly recruited out of the state of Georgia, has 2 years left with us. To add Kyla Wade Warren, a Texas Tech transfer at 6'4". So we go 6'5", 6'5", and 6'4". And then our freshmen. I'm really excited about Kayla Blackshear and the energy she brings in the paint, along with Allie Craig Cruz and the energy that she brings in the paint at the 4 spot, along with Myra Gordon. So I absolutely love our post group. We feel like we're deeper. We're a lot quicker, even with the size, and we have rim protection. I thought that was a weakness of our team a year ago, is the rim protection. So I really like our post presence. And as I mentioned earlier, I love the fact that Hannah and Meg they bring a toughness in our backcourt. I think that's contagious. And, to add to that backcourt presence, a year ago Brittany Davis was out. I feel like she has a chance to possibly be our leading scorer for the year. I mean, the way you chart practice, when you see what she's doing, you see the number of makes, you see what she's doing from a scoring standpoint, I think she's really going to impact. And that along with Ruth was a big blow to our team last year. So I think Brittany Davis, I'm excited about her being back. I'm excited about the presence she brings. There's nobody that works any harder, so she's an energy leader. She's a vocal leader. She's really working on that. And I'm really excited to have Brittany back. We have some big games on our schedule. Tulane, a traditional tournament team. Then we go to TCU. We're very honored to be a part of the Maggie Dixon Classic and play Duke on a neutral floor. And then we come back home to Memphis, and we come back home to Houston. And then we have some great road opponents. You go to Little Rock, you go to Chattanooga. Those places are difficult places to play with traditional, really good teams. Those are 2 really good, well-coached teams, established programs. So we love our schedule and the challenge that's going to present. With an inexperienced team, we're working really hard in practice. That practice is going to be harder than games. I love our practice players and the energy they're bringing every day. We'll have 1 close scrimmage that we've had, and then we're looking forward to our exhibition on November 4th. We're going to put ourselves in as many different scenarios and situations and special situations that we possibly can to be better. And then really excited just for COVID to have eased up just a little bit. It's so nice because in practice, we're still wearing masks. We're following the Alabama policy, but it's great for our players to be in their locker room. A year ago, to accomplish and not be in your locker room, we were not in our locker room. We were meeting in the hallway at games, and practices, and, to not be able to have our bench decorum the same, not be able, more importantly, to have fans and friends and family, be able to see them during the season and have them in the stands. So we're excited about, being able to have fans in the stands. So we're really excited for November 4th. We're excited about our schedule. Leave you with two thoughts. Season tickets, we need your help. So we hope to have, our highest total yet, and then we hope to see everybody Friday night at Tide Tip-Off at 7:30. That's going to be a phenomenal environment as we try and kick off the season. So any questions? Thank you for your support again and for being here today, and we're looking forward to a great year.
We'll start with questions from the ring. You can go ahead, and then we'll go to Michael on Zoom.
What specific adjustments has the offense made in looking to bridge the gap of losing 3 leading scorers?
We have lost 3 leading scorers, and, the thing with that is it's going to come by committee, but again, I think it's our deepest, most talented team, and so I think you'll have new faces step up. To me, that's the joy of college athletics. When someone graduates, someone finishes, it's somebody else's turn, and we won't make any adjustments. We're going to continue the system in place. We shot the second most threes a year ago in the SEC. We're excited about this group because we feel like we've recruited to that, and we've recruited more depth, especially in the post position.
Hi, Coach. This is your 9th season, correct?
Yes.
Yes. So how has this been important for you to kind of create a culture here at Alabama and have such an extensive career here?
Say that again. I couldn't hear it then. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, just to have such an extensive career here.
Yeah, I'm blessed, and at the end of the day, we came to Alabama to help it get back to the NCAA tournament, and we've been fortunate to do that and to get that done, and now we want to build on that. So at the end of the day, blessed to have a great administration, great leadership, with Greg and Tiffany and their belief in me and our staff. We're excited about the extension and moving forward.
Coach, we're going to go to Zoom with Michael Casagrande.
Michael, you can go ahead.
Yeah, you've kind of touched on this a little bit, but just the fact that you kind of broke through, you got to the NCAA tournament, then you have almost a completely different, like a hockey line change in a sense. What's that challenge like, and how close do you see this team to, is there a feeling of needing to meet those expectations from last year?
I think the biggest thing is last year that gives us momentum, and you can talk about getting to the NCAA, getting there, but until you actually get there and experience it, I've been there 10 times, but I needed a group of kids to help them get there, and at the end of the day, now that they know what it feels like, you want to do it again and again and again. It's like going out to your favorite place to eat. You want to keep going and going and going. So I know our team is really excited about that experience a year ago. And a couple of faces that we've added to our team, Jemiah Mingo-Young, at Mississippi State, and Jada Rice at NC State. We've got 4 Power 5 transfers that really bring a different dimension, and that's the way our sport is right now. You're going to have to blend, and to me, Michael, that's the joy of coaching, is taking what you have and making the most of it, whether it's injuries or new faces, and blending it all together. So I understand what it might look like on paper trying to replace your 3 leading scorers, but I can tell you that the confidence I have in this team is as much as any I've coached at Alabama.
We're going to go back to Zoom.
AP, you can go ahead.
Hey, Coach, how are you?
Good.
This is AP.
Hey, AP, how are you?
Oh, good, Coach. Thank you. So,
AP,
I know you're excited about.
Oh, I thought you had a bad connection down there in Fairhope.
I'm okay now. Coach, I know you're excited about the post play. When you recruited Ruth, she got injured. So what have you tried to maybe add to her game while she's been trying to get healthy for this coming season?
Well, I think one of the things we've really worked on is her free throw shooting, because, post players are going to get fouled an awful lot. She's shooting it really, really well. Her free throw is much improved. And just her fundamentals. We've had a chance to really work on some things from a progression standpoint, from as we continue to get her back and being in the brace and no contact. When you have no contact, you basically can spend a lot of time on the basics and fundamentals. So, she's really worked on it. She gives us a lot of rim protection along with Jada Rice and Kyla Wade-Warren at the rim. So it's kind of nice. A couple years ago we had, Ashley Knight, who leads the program in shot blocks. And we all know that rim protection, because you're going to give up so much penetration, really matters. So Ruth's done a great job of working hard in rehab and working her way back, and it's going to give us some quality minutes. We feel like, again, she's getting back. She's not completely where she wants to be, but I know she's headed in the right direction.
Thank you.
Hey, Coach. I had a question. You had some really great leadership last year. Who's kind of stepped up into that role, and have you been surprised by any of the newcomers?
We did have great leadership, and I think that, that was a great example for Hannah and Meg to both learn and grow from. And, both of those kids in our backcourt, really learned a lot. And I think it's always important as a leader. Your best teams are player-led teams. And for those two to have the opportunity to learn from who they learned from, now it's their turn. And we're excited. I mean, Meg's committed to come back already, so she's got 2 more years, and Hannah as well, so they've got 2 more years together, so we're excited about that. We have all 14 that could come back a year from now, so there's a lot of excitement in that locker room on the players that we have in place and how we continue to build this and give ourselves an opportunity every day to win.
Coach, Hannah said that this team is more together than it was last year. Do you kind of echo that same sentiment?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think it's a criticism of last year. I think this group, has really done a really good job when we talk about some of the things we've tried to do as a staff chemistry, and I think a lot of that is because of how many new faces. But I have to credit our team. They're always talking about, they're over at Hannah's and they're having game night, or they've cooked something, or, they're spending a lot more time together. And I think that's something because of COVID. We only had each other. So I think that's something that our kids have really, really picked up on from a year ago and continued to build on, because we couldn't see a lot of our friends and family. We couldn't go out and, go to the movie. We couldn't go out and eat. I mean, we stayed in a bubble a year ago. So I think our kids have really learned from that, spending more time together, and how can they even improve and build on that. So, it's not always, at the end of the day, again, leadership comes in a lot of form and fashion. It's not always just being a vocal leader or being the hardest worker. And I think that Hannah and Meg have had so many experiences here, and have had a chance to watch so many really good players before them as leaders, that they've taken what they like and they want to use, and then they have their own style. And maybe things they didn't like, they can improve on. So it's really 2 really, really great, high character. Meg's a finance economics major, extremely intelligent. Hannah's those 2 kids have it all together. And you do not want anybody leading your team that doesn't have it all together. And those 2 really do. And again, they've had great examples.